Yo, what's going on everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's raid guide video. Today we're going to be covering the legendary psychic type Pokemon, Necrozma. During this weekend, we of course have Pokemon GO FEST Global, and that means we're going to have Necrozma in 5-star raids. This Pokemon is actually incredibly powerful, but it does have much higher potential when you fuse it with either Solgaleo or Lunala, and that means you will need yourself a 100% IV Necrozma or something close in order to get the absolute best out of that Pokemon. So for this video, I'm going to be going over how you could defeat Necrozma in raid battles, as well as giving you the absolute best counters so that you're best prepared for this weekend. Necrozma is a pure psychic type. That means it's only going to have 3 weaknesses, which is going to be ghost type, dark type, and bug type attacks. Out of these 3 types, I would say that ghost type and dark types are the ones you should focus in on, mainly because they deal the absolute most DPS. Now in terms of resistances, Necrozma is going to be resistant against fighting type and psychic type attacks, so make sure you avoid bringing any Pokemon with these kind of moves. Now if you're looking for perfect IVs of Necrozma, which I highly suggest you do, you're going to want one that is 2104. And if it's weather boosted, which is going to be weather boosted by windy weather, it's going to be 2630. Now, in order to defeat Necrozma, you will need a raid group of at least 7 trainers that are at least level 35 with all of their Pokemon at least level 35. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can trio this raid boss. You just need to make sure that all of your Pokemon are at least level 40 and you bring the best counters. Speaking of which, let's talk about what the best counters are for Necrozma. In terms of the Mega Evolutions, you will ideally want to go with Mega Tyranitar. That is by far the best Mega Evolution that you could bring up against Necrozma. Make sure you give it Dark type moves as well, and you're going to be good to go. But another good alternative is of course going to be Mega Gengar, but do keep in mind that Mega Gengar is weak against psychic type attacks, so it may not necessarily last long in battle, but it's definitely going to deal a lot of DPS before it gets knocked out. Now in terms of non-mega counters that you could bring, you could actually bring Duskwing Necrozma. That's actually going to be the best non-mega counter that you could bring. Unfortunately, not a lot of players are going to have that Pokemon, so you could also go with either Shadow Tyranitar or Shadow Chandelure. But let's say you do not have yourself any legendaries or shadow Pokemon that are maxed out, then consider bringing either regular Tyranitar, Hydreigon with dark type attacks, or Chandelure with ghost type attacks. All 3 of those Pokemon are going to be super effective against Necrozma, and they're going to deal a good amount of DPS, which will allow you to defeat this boss with the least number of trainers as possible. So yeah, there you have it. Necrozma is very straightforward. It is a pure psychic type, which means your best dark types and ghost types are the Pokemon that you will need to bring. And then make sure you have a good amount of trainers in your local areas to be able to raid with you, because Necrozma is a little bit more difficult compared to other 5-star raid bosses. This is one of those 5-star raids that you cannot solo or duo. You will need at least 3 trainers in the raid group that are at least level 40 and has the best counters. But if you can take it down, you will want to farm it up as much as possible, because getting yourself a 100% IV or something close is going to be essential, because on Sunday, you're going to be able to fuse Necrozma with either Solgaleo and Lunala, and that's because both of those fusions are going to be in 5-star raids and you'll be able to collect fusion energy. But yeah, with that said, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding Necrozma down below. Do you plan to go all out for this Pokemon, getting that 100% IVs, or are you planning to just be one and done with it? Let me know and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you found it to be very helpful and informative, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also don't forget that notification bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the best way you could do so is by joining my Patreon. If you choose to become a paid Patreon member, you will get a permanent spot on my in-game Pokemon Go friends list. That means for remote raids in the friendship system. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. And if you want to support the channel in a different way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms that you see on screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later. Say bye, Freddy. Bye.